Well, hey everybody, Mike Griffith here. Welcome to our new program at DawgNation. It's KM Squared. We've got Kendall Milton and Kenny McIntosh with us tonight. That's right, a couple Georgia running backs, and going to hand off the ball tonight, let those guys talk a little bit and share some ideas and thoughts. And guys, let's just jump right into the program. I mean, the fact that we're even doing a show like this, name, image, likeness. We'd heard that this could be coming, that one day college players might get paid for doing different endorsements and using their name, image, and likeness. And, you know, we talked about it and said, hey, let's do a show. Kenny, let me ask you, you signed a year ahead of Kendall. Did you think name, image, likeness was something that would happen during the course of your collegiate career?
No, I never thought this would happen, definitely with me being in college at this time. I used to write articles, essays about college players getting paid. And I always, was on the yes side more than the no side because, of course, we don't have jobs. We don't have time to do those things to get money. So, of course, I believe that we should be paid. And I just can't believe that it's finally here. I just thank God that, I'm blessed to be a part of it.
Now, 1 year later, Kendall's got a logo. Kendall looks like he's way in the future. What a difference 1 year can make, Kendall.
100%.
You're probably pretty confident that this might happen during the course of your career. What were your thoughts on it when you saw it come down the pipe?
Oh, yeah. For me, going through high school football, going through those whole stages and everything, it started to seem like that it was serious enough for them to actually put it in the tech, for them to actually put it into, reality. And come to college, and we basically knew, I think it was July 30th, something like that, July 1st. We knew it was active. We knew that a while ago. So it was just leading up to this moment. I knew going through my college, experiences that this moment was going to bring itself. And, me and my family, we tried to be as ready for this opportunity as possible so that when it does hit the stage that we're prepared for it to be able to capitalize fully. So, even though that we kind of had an idea, we for sure we're prepared for the whole, NIL deal and everything.
That's right. Kenny, if there's a flip side to this and you're seeing some of your teammates doing these deals, what are some of the, I don't want to use the word dangers, but what are some of the things that athletes need to be conscientious and aware of as they look for these NIL opportunities?
Well, really looking for anything that can hurt you in the long run. Some of these people are like, the NIL is a good thing. It has a positives and it has a negatives to it. Like some of these guys are out here to, I wouldn't say finesse, but work around the rules. And I think that they need to pay close attention to the contracts they're signing and stuff like that, and do their research on the people who they're allowing to market them and run what they got going on. So just little things like that.
I got to keep the main thing. You can't make any money off the field if you're not doing anything on the field. So, I feel like if you get sidetracked and too obsessed with the money side, with the business side, to where it takes away from what all this is truly about, then that's where it becomes a distraction. But if you know that you can't do anything off the field unless you do what you're supposed to do on the field, then it'll be I wouldn't say perfect, but it'll be, a great ride.
Kenny, let me ask you about the locker room. You and Kendall both have been star players throughout your careers and gotten a lot of attention, probably more than some of the teammates. And a lot of people wondered when the NIL came along if there might be some jealousy, if there might be some resentment of, why did this player get this deal instead of me? I mean, obviously a guy like JT Daniels plays quarterback. It appears he's going to get some bigger deals. How does the locker room manage itself and make sure that the chemistry is not affected by something like the NIL?
Well, I don't know about any other school or, college, but Georgia, we got a brotherhood. So that's not even a problem in the locker room. I feel like I hear more people trying to help, players get the ones they got already, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you got this deal or not? They trying to help each other out in that kind of way or something. But I don't think that's caused any kind of conflict in the locker room this far, or I don't think it will, because the bond we got in the locker room is such a strong, and you don't got none of that, hating or none of that in the locker room. So I feel like we do it like brotherhood. We looking out for each other. So yeah.
It's year 2 for you, Kendall. Kenny talks about the brotherhood and the balance. Some of your thoughts coming in from California to an SEC school and some of the dynamics of the NIL and the balance. What have you thought about that Georgia locker room, and how do you feel about any potential chemistry issues with NIL in different locker rooms? If not at Georgia, do you think that could happen somewhere else?
I very much think that it can happen somewhere else, seeing that there will be athletes that get very big deals and some athletes that get no deals at all. But, it's crazy because really the whole, like you said, Kenny, it's crazy this year. We really have a real brotherhood to where it's in the locker room. We discuss NIL. We discuss the deals that we have amongst each other, and we're actually excited. We're actually happy for each other because this opportunity is really not just for us, but it's for all the people that have been trying to get this opportunity before us, all the players in college football before. So everybody, now that the opportunity is here and it presented itself, everybody's just happy for each other. And we're just excited because, this is gonna elevate us not only as players, but people off the field. And it's gonna be able to show, bringing that marketing side off the field that, you wouldn't get before.
His Coach Smart had a message, and again, I'm not looking for any team secrets, but obviously Kendall said something earlier, and I heard Kirby's voice when he said, I got to keep the main thing. But I've got to think that putting that team first has been an emphasis for everyone when they move forward with potential NIL deals.
I would even say that it's just Kirby saying that that's something that we say amongst each other as just a team, like players. Like we have our own, player discussions and everything. We tell each other we can't do nothing off the field if we don't take care of business on the field. And the more we take care of business on the field, the more opportunities we're going to get off the field. So as long as you keep that balance, we already agreed as a team that we keep that balance. We keep that, like you said, the brotherhood of everything. We're going to have no problems, and, everything's going to be good.
So the second question that I was going to ask you guys tonight, and we'll move forward with that, is the back to campus, right? And you've been back a couple of weeks now, but for the most part, I sense that, the individual workouts, they started in June, or the voluntary workouts, it should say. And then it looked to me like everybody kind of took I don't want to say everybody, but a lot of guys took that 4th of July break. And am I right in asserting that, like, now it's on, like there's no more breaks between now and August, right?
Yeah, to be honest, with the whole break situation, it's really crazy because everybody's hungry this year. Everybody, we know what we have to get done. We know what's going to take for it to get done. So even when they have these little breaks and we go home or whatever, it's really not a break, to be honest, because we go home and we train and we work out. Even though we take that time off to get our body back, we still train, because this game of football, there really is, like they said, no off days, because the days that you take off, somebody else is working. So with things like this, it really is no off days. It's really a grind situation.
And like what he said, we have some players actually stay on campus and, stay in and go to the facility each and every day instead of rather going home to, be with family and stuff like that. So, just this team this year, just it's a different, vibe around the team and stuff like that. So I feel like if we lock in and stay focused like that throughout the year, we'll have a great year this year.
Well, for me, growing up, I always knew that we had a very big name in my family, Kevin Hardy. He was the first round, second pick, 1996 draft. So we already knew there was already that expectation, that bar that was set. And, since a kid, I always wanted to, match that expectation. So ever since I was little, my dad, he coached at the high school that I was feeding into. And I would be in fifth, sixth grade, going out with the high school team at 6 a.m, 7 a.m, doing conditioning, and really fifth, sixth grader really keeping up with high schoolers in terms of, just work ethic. And, I can only assume, Kenny, you coming from that South Florida, known for football and everything, I'm assuming you came from the same type of situation, same type of background that, gave you the love for the game today.
Definitely. Man, my father, he coached at every division there was for me. Little league, high school. If he could come to college, I know he would be right there on my side coaching me. So, my dad always been like that. The reason I, fell in love with the game. He showed me the game, and I fell in love with it. And this far, look how far it got me. And like the way he developed my brothers and me watching that at a young age, it inspired me to, be better. So like that competitive was in me at a young age. I always want to be better than my brothers at anything we did in the house. So like they just like you said, working out with my older brothers, that's crazy because I used to do the same thing, go work out with my brothers in high school, and I'm just in middle school.
Yeah.
Like, I'm out there doing what they doing because one day I know I'm gonna be doing it, so why not do it now? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. One thing you had touched on about youth football and everything that kind of reminded me. I remember from 1st through 6th grade, my dad was always my youth football coach. Always, and everybody knows one of the hardest thing to do is have your dad as your football coach, because that switch between coach and dad, that's a hard switch to turn on and off.
Yeah.
Now that I look at it, now that I look back at all the times I got yelled at, all the times all the rough times in football when I was younger, I look back at it like, yeah, back then I probably hated it. I probably wanted to quit football. I probably didn't want to go to the workout. I probably wanted to stay home, play video games, but I'm a big believer in everything pays off. So I feel like looking back at it, that was 100% what molded me into the athlete I am today. And not just athlete, but the person, because it gave me those type of situations, those type of things that happened. It molded me into the person who I am today, which allows me to handle situations and basically just go through life the way that I do, because since a young age, football is a game that it doesn't just teach football characteristics. It teaches work ethic, how to work with people. It teaches discipline. It teaches a whole bunch of things that you need in everyday life. So I feel like the hard way I was coached growing up and the things that I was taught and instilled within me since a young age, I felt like that has really molded me into the person that I am today.
I agree with that too. Like, just like me being blessed to have older brothers ahead of me to, go through the things that I was going to have to eventually go through in life, which is making that transition to college, and, a new environment and stuff like that, just being away from home. They kind of like, gave me the feel for it already when I'm already back home. Like telling me things that, usually other players wouldn't get a chance to, experience until they So like that's, having them older brothers, and it's truly a blessing to, look up to, because, like I said, like these kids, they doing the same thing. They're doing what they're gonna have to be doing it in the future. So start as soon as possible. And I think.
Can you tell me give me some specifics about RJ and Dion. Give me some memories of watching RJ and Dion at the park, and tell me what that Little League park was like down there.
A lot of that Lakes is the park we played at. A lot of the Lakes Vikings is what it's called. And they had different like weight classes or divisions. So my brothers, I got older brothers, so they on the older pound, and I'm on the youngest, like Pee-wee. Just them being out there playing, everybody starting to, know who they were, being older than me, especially my dad out there coaching, like I said. So as that was go along after the years, I got older, and, people knew who I was because of my brothers and what they had done already out there on the field. So like it was like not really big shoes to fill, but like it was expected of me to, be who I am because of who I had in front of me, the kind of father I had, the kind of mother I had. It just them being older and going out there doing it before me, they helped me. I can say that because without them, I don't think I, be where I am now. Just because they taught to me the way they sit me down and make me understand that, the game of football. Like it's just that bond we have, me, RJ, and Dion. Dion really is like a quiet one, but when he talks, it's like, you got to listen because he's not going to talk as often. So RJ, he's the older, the big one, he's more demanding and stuff like that. So, with him, it's just like, let's go, let's do more stuff like that. So just having those older brothers, it's amazing, man. Like, they just make me go harder.
Yeah, I like how, you played it in with your older brother shaping you into the person you are, because I got a little story from when I was back younger. I really don't like to talk about this story. It's one of those embarrassing, I would say embarrassing, but, it's one of the stories. And I have an older brother. We've always, football family. We've always grown up playing football. So we're at my grandparents' house in the Bay Area, having a good time. Me and my brother, he's 5 years older than me, so you can already know there's always there was that strength difference. So we're in the front yard passing the football, throwing back and forth, and I'm telling him, like, bro, you throwing too hard. And like I'm probably like 7 years old, 7, 8, and I get to the point where I'm basically like fussing about it, like you throwing the ball too hard, and my grandma comes out and she sees me, crying or whatever. And she called my dad and basically told him the situation. And, me thinking, I'm young and everything, I'm thinking I'm finna get on the phone, my dad gonna show sympathy or whatever. And, when she handed that phone over, I can't really repeat too much, but, it was basically get back out there and catch that football. And, moments like that, it really shapes you into that person that it's like you just got to accept it and just work, really. And that's how I've been through my life. Really, you can't really complain about it because everybody knows to get to where you want to get to is work. There's no way to shortcut it. There's no way to even, get around it. To get to where you want to get to in this game, you have to work. Like, it's a must. So I feel like situations like that, that really shaped me. And when you brought up your big brothers and everything and how, like, they inspired you, I really related to that because my big brother, like I said, he's 5 years older than me. So when I was in 8th grade, he was at the high school level. So out of high school, he went to junior college. He went to Fresno City. And, me looking up to him, me and him, we went 2 totally different routes in terms of, college recruitment and everything. Me growing up freshman, sophomore year, finished sophomore year with like probably 25 off or something like that. And just watching him, he really had that mindset that he was never gonna, give up, never gonna let anybody outwork him. And he went from the junior college route and ended up playing at Fresno State. And me, as a little brother watching that was probably one of the most inspiring things that I've ever, been taught or seen. Because that's not an easy thing to do. You go to JUCO. That's really when it becomes a real mental game. And, it's a hard place to get out of. And the fact that he was able to go the hard route and still be able to live his dream and, do what he wanted to do, that inspired me. And, that probably lit a fire within me that, made me want to just keep going harder. Because at this point, sometimes I'll look back at it as, and like, sometimes I'll be wanting to do this to be able to repay him. Because I know, me personally, I know how hard he works. I know everything he puts into it. So it's almost like sometimes I want to repay him for everything that he did that he wanted to accomplish. I want to be able to, do it for, everybody, do it for the both of us. So, we could both live this dream type of thing.
It's different for you, Kenny. Obviously, RJ was a Miami guy. Why don't you tell the story about watching RJ's recruitment, Deion's recruitment to Notre Dame, and then some of the pressure on you maybe to go to Miami. From what I was reading about there, they thought they were going to get you down there, right?
Yeah, like you said, RJ went to Miami, University of Miami. His recruiting process was, easy. He told my dad, look, I want to go to Miami, University of Miami, and, just go there and play football. He didn't take no visits nowhere. He didn't go to see no other school. He just said that I want to go to Miami. That's was the case. And look, he did, watching him play at Miami was like, it was crazy, a dream come true. My dad's favorite college team. So just, made him proud to see his son out there playing for his favorite college team. Just going to the games and be able to see the college level at, a young age. gave me a better feel for like coming to college and what to expect. And with Dion, he went to Notre Dame at first. Dion, like none of my brothers really went to camps. Dion was like I said, he was a very quiet one. So when he taught, like that's when you listen, and he fell in love with Notre Dame, and Notre Dame made him feel like another place at home. He felt comfortable there where he can, get a degree, and that was his focus, getting this degree from Notre Dame and going on to the league. But now he's at Washington State. He's also had a big season last year. He's, doing great things on the field. And, watching him play the same position as me, like little things, like even a cut. Me and him always talk to each other on like what we should have done on this play or, that play. So it's like I could go back to that bond we have as brothers, just helping each other out on, it's always going to be there. Like, that just, give me feel like what you said, kind of like spark the fire. And, like when your older brother telling you like, hey, you do this right here, that you can be more successful and stuff like that. So just having that extra ear in you to hear from that can, take your game to another level, it's always a plus. So having those older brothers is definitely a blessing.
Kenny, is the youngest, and I could be wrong here. The read I got from your family was they're pretty easy on you. I imagine early in life maybe it wasn't that way, but everybody seems to love you now in that house. Like Kenny doesn't seem to do any wrong. That was kind of the vibe I got. But what about was it always like that, or were there some early years where, like when Kendall shared his experience, where you were out there playing, having to hold the tears back, but you didn't want anybody to know that you were a little kid, you were trying to measure up?
Well, with me, it wasn't like that. It was like, actually, I can think of a story. We playing in North Lauderdale. We was playing street football with my, just regular street football out there, playing regular football with my older brothers and their friends, of course. Just me being the youngest. Like I said, people knew around me because of my older brothers and stuff like that. And like, I'm the youngest out there playing catch football in the middle of the street with the light poles there and stuff like that, everything. So I end up catching the ball like right by the light pole. Like I end up catching it. And as soon as I turned around to go run, I ran right into the light pole, boom. And we in front of my mom and dad all outside, everybody just watching, and like I bounced right back up and just, kept it pushing like nothing happened. And like everybody like was in shock as soon as I ran into it. So like, just where I came from, the way I was brought up, my dad and the way he raised me and my brothers, like there was no type of like, I want to say doubt in my heart. Like I felt like I can do anything, and guys who strengthened me. So like just having that, that father there in your life, push you and motivate you, and you feed that off from your brothers and seeing what they've done. It's like I said, it's a blessing.
Me and my brother, back home, we lived by like right across the street was a park, neighborhood park. Mm-hmm. And me and my brother, we would always go out there, run routes and everything, just, try to work on little stuff. So it was one time I decided I was going to run a post route. So I'm lined up. I run my post route, full speed. I break. Right when I see the ball in the air, I put my eyes up, and the moment that I track the ball to my hands is a light pole. Ooh. I hit the pole, boom. I'm on the ground laying there because, the pole hurt. That pole didn't move at all. As I'm laying on the ground, I'm laying down. It just so happened that I landed right on an ant pile. So I got a whole bunch of ants on my leg, biting my leg and stuff. And when I tell you, I got up as fast as I could, and I in the house, like full speed, sprinted in the house. And, it was just a crazy experience. It's funny that I look back at it, but, in the moment, I was mad at my brother up like that. And then two, it was just the fact of all those ants biting me. And yeah, that was a funny situation, but that made me think about that.
We was playing at Lauderdale Lakes, and Like I think I was around like 11, 7 years old, and we were beating this team pretty bad, and like I wasn't supposed to be on the field, especially on special teams. So I'm on the sideline, and it's like we just scored, so it's time to go to kickoff, and it's only 10 players on the field. And the coach like calling, like, and I'm just a kid. I'm right there by the coach. I'm hearing him calling. So my first thought was to go on the field. So I ran out there, just, be the last person. So the ref seen it, blew the whistle, and the coach still on the sideline looking for the boy that's supposed to be in. And I'm out there. So, the kicker, he kicked the ball, he ran down. I'm just, we being the team bad. I'm just, jogging down there thinking they finna make, my other players finna make the tackle, my other teammates, and he ended up breaking loose and right in the hole I was at. So I had to make the tackle. Ran in there, head first, boom, somehow I'm on my knees, he on the ground. I'm just looking at my wrist. I don't feel right. My wrist bit one way. I'm like, man, what? So I just book it off my helmet, threw it off one hand and just laid there. And then all I hear is my mother come running on the field. Like I'm just laying there. First my coaches come, and then my mother running on the field, coming to get me. So it's just one moment where I had, remembered just having a failure.
Kenny, when you came to the University of Georgia, what athlete or athletes just blew your mind with their freakish size, speed, or athleticism?
Ben Cleveland and Isaiah Wilson. Those two guys, like 6'9" and above, and they're running 4.9s and, just moving. Like when I first seen them, they remind me of Hawk. Like they calf muscle, the veins going down their legs. I'm like, man, like I wasn't expecting that to be that big, but like I knew Georgia had big old linemen, but just seeing them side by side was like, I don't know, man, two Mack trucks coming at you, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was just crazy. So those two.
The first one is Ben Cleveland, and the second one is Jordan Davis. Ben Cleveland kind of speaks for itself. The man is like built like one of the lumberjacks you see in the movies, soil lumberjack. And, the thing about Jordan Davis that's the craziest to me is, the dude's huge. He's huge. He can run. But if you have a close relationship with JD, you wouldn't think that he is any type of good at football or anywhere. He has the personality of like a fourth grader. It seems like playful, the most playful person, always playing. He's like that big dog that doesn't know how big he is, that always mess around and jump on you type of thing. And it's just funny because the dude, he's huge, like you see it, but he knows how to flip that switch when he's not on the field and just enjoy life, just have fun. And, that's what you love to see.
All right, I'll back it up and I'll say now, these young guys coming in, now you're veterans. Is there anybody, again, speaking of size or speed or any of these incoming guys, Kenny, that blew you away? Anybody younger than you that you've seen come in since you've been there?
I'm gonna say Jalen Carter, man. That guy, he's a freak. He heard he can windmill at his size. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. So, him to be able to do that explains it all right there. Like that guy, he's strong, definitely.
If I were to think about it for players, because I came a year after, so class under me, I would say there's two people that I've seen is Chaz Chambliss and Amarius Mims. Starting with Chaz, he's one of those dudes that you will see him in the facility from 7 a.m. until 9 p.m. And like, there's really no exaggeration in between that, because I'm a type of person that I'll try to get in the training room like an hour and a half before my workout. And he's always there before me because my workout's in the morning. And he leaves at night, late at night. And then with Amarius, he's just huge. He's probably about 6'8", 6'9", and he can move his feet, he can work his hands. So it's just crazy seeing somebody who's so big that knows how to. Because at a point, from high school, if you're the big man out there, you really don't need to use real technique, like real, things that you would need at this level. But he came here with, he had good feet, he had good hand placement. And, it's just, crazy seeing a big guy like that, who he reminds me of Isaiah Wilson, a big guy like that knows how to, even though they got the physique and everything, they got the body that it takes to get to the next level. He, has those tools that is what separates, people. And, that's what I think is special with him.
All right, first one, red jerseys or black jerseys?
Black.
Black, 100%.
Captain America or Iron Man?
Iron Man.
Iron Man, no question.
Okay.
Night game or day game?
Night game.
Night game. The lights and the hedges.
It's definitely.
Better football state, California or Florida?
Florida, of course, off rip. Let me ask him.
Cali, just check the number one every year.
Bias.
Nick Chubb or Todd Gurley?
Todd Gurley.
Todd Gurley.
Kobe or LeBron?
Kobe.
LeBron.
You. What?
RIP Kobe.
Hey. Yeah, RIP.
I got Kobe. I got it tatted on me right here.
Exactly.
Right here, tatted on me right here. RIP Kobe.
You got a LeBron tattoo?
Nope.
All right.
It ain't that time.
Dog person or cat person?
Dog.
Dog. Hate cats.
Yeah, I don't like cats.
Pre-game TV shows or extra sleep?
Extra sleep.
Extra sleep.
Bench press or squat?
Bench press.
Squat.
Thank you, that squat.
Draw or sweep?
Draw. Yeah, draw.
That really depends on the defense, but I'll say draw.
Okay.
It depends on who you playing.
Definitely. That's what I was like.
Well, guys, that was a lot of fun tonight. Just a great first show for KM Squared. Next week, we're going to talk about the sports you played before you got to the University of Georgia. Kenny?
Basketball, man. I remember one time I failed trying to dunk.
Kendall?
Wrestling, all I got to say is that double leg was something serious not to play with.